What's up, guys? My name is Justin. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the Assetto Corsa, ready to take a stab once again at hot lapping a car around Laguna, Seca, and Monza. If you haven't seen one of these before, the way we do it, one out lap, one warm-up lap of sorts, and then one timed flying lap that goes on the timing chart, regardless of whether or not I make a mistake. That applies to each of these tracks. We've had a couple of cars where I've gone flying off the corkscrew at Laguna Seca. And a couple where I missed some brake zones for turn one at Monza as well. So anything can happen. It's always a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. But today, of course, the car, I mentioned it in the last video as a comparison to the car we ran last time in Mclaren F1 GTR. It is the amazing Mclaren P1. Absolute weapon of a car. I'm not sure exactly how it'll compare. It is much more of a pure street car. But obviously, 25 years or so, 20 years or so of technology thrown into this car that wasn't available at the time of the Mclaren F1 in any variant. So same deal, obviously a gorgeous car, a very capable car, but still a street car. So we'll see how it compares to the F1 GTR. I'm expecting it to be probably a little bit slower over the course of pure lap speed, but we'll see how it handles, how much fun it is to drive, stuff like that in comparison. So not quite the same sound, but still a very nice sound in this car. So I'm ready to rock and roll and see how it gets on. Perhaps predictably doesn't handle quite the same as a car geared towards being a race car. Very fast, still very capable. Sounds pretty good too. Not my favorite sound ever. Very good. Stereotypical street cars. We made it. Alright, around the last corner here, get everything in nice and easy. We're going to start this warm-up lap here. Up to fifth gear as we cross the line at 140. Oh god, pushing really crazy over the hill there. Barely get stopped for turn one. Definitely get some front end lift and probably some bottoming out there. That first kind of crest, just technically turning a little lower by there, but too crazy. Definitely much more understeering. Kind of throttle on understeer is a little issue too, which we haven't really had. The Assetto had it, but that was four-wheel drive. But this car, definitely the handling characteristics, maybe just because there's so much power. It points okay about like a street car you'd expect to, a high-performance street car. Throttle on understeer is a real thing in this car, which is a little bit surprising. Still very fast, obviously very capable. Pretty nuts actually as a car goes. The fact that if you had, $1 billion, you could just go buy one of these and take it to Laguna Seca is pretty nuts. I don't know who would do that. It sounds like a terrifying prospect for probably an amateur race car driver, but nonetheless, it's fancy. A slight lift there over the crest to keep tight. Got through there. Missed that completely. Again, a little bit locked. Same position, same thing. Again, about the third or fourth time. Hopefully that's the last time. just about get stopped and turned in. Not the most athletic, elegant car ever. Didn't expect it to be. I would never buy a McLaren unless it was an F1, if it was a money. So. There we go. Through there pretty nicely. See if we can get turned in here like we want to. Not quite, but good enough. Much better from there that time. A little bit wide exit, not too bad. Final corner, get turned in, power down early, a little bit wide exit, but not too bad. Across the line, it's a 125.6. So a pretty competitive lap. Not the fastest car by any means, but not too shabby for this car. Where is that slot in? 25.60. Right, it's actually faster than the Lotus 72 and the McLaren F1 GTR, and only a little bit behind the C7R, so we'll update that in a second. McLaren P1. C7R did 24.84, so about 0.8 quicker. The Lotus 72 was 126 dead, and the F1 GTR 26.2, so about 0.6 faster than that, actually. It's a little bit of a surprise. It obviously is a faster car, I'm not debating that. But just the way they feel, you feel like you're going a lot faster in that F1. Maybe just, again, because of the technology and the sound and being a race car and everything. But that car felt a little more restrained, a little more... I would imagine it would feel much more comfortable in real life than the McLaren F1 felt. Perhaps unsurprisingly. But apparently this car has DRS, so... Not a worry there. We're not going to bother with any of that stuff. We've talked about that before, other than, some of the turbo settings and stuff on certain cars. But same deal. We're going to just do an out lap here. Line lap. Curious how this compares here. Should again be very, very fast. And a straight line as well, but you never really know how street cars are going to handle this crazy track until you get out here and try it, so we'll probably use first through there for the first chicane. We might guess, I would assume that we can for the chicane, but we'll see in just a second. Again, throttle on understeer there, definitely pushing. Did have to have a big lift there. And assist the elemento on the full line lap. I did not. We'll see what this car has in store. I'm just gonna use second over there. Fast enough accelerating. No problem. A little bit deep in there. Made it. Of course, the car holy trinity, if you've seen the Grand Tour episode, this car, the Porsche 918 and the Ferrari LaFerrari. Absolute weapons as a whole. 7 gears in this car there. So we didn't get a chance to check that out. Third here for Ascari. That'll do. A lot of curve there, but they handled it okay. We will do a third and fourth upshift there on the exit of Ascari, so keep that in mind for the lift-off understeer correction. Power on understeer, excuse me. Try 150 again. Third gear seems to be okay. Just pushing out, just had to have a lift there, keep it on track limits. Interesting driving characteristic. We'll see what we put together here. Already over 160 at start finish. Up to 6th gear, down to turn 1, find the brake zone. 200. 200 is too deep, we'll have to back that up for sure. Obviously, we'll be missing everything there. I think the downshift protection hurts as well. Definitely gonna need a lift here for curving around that, maybe 2. And the 1 okay, just enough to get the nose in, just about keep it on track. I'm curious, this car is definitely not as fun to drive, a little more just, put it near where you want the car does the rest, which is interesting. Interesting feeling, but curious to see how this compares on the lap chart to the 72 as well as the F1 GTR. GTR. It'd be a very curious comparison. This car is obviously an absolute bullet. Probably handles a little bit better for some of the twisty stuff, but obviously the brakes don't feel quite as good for sure. The handling characteristics are a little bit strange, so we'll see. To Ascari, that was okay. Good enough. Need that shift right at the midpoint there. We are going to get some grass on exits, and we're going to need a little bit through there probably. Power on understeer, man, it's crazy. Go for 150 again. Downshifts, just about get the thing turned in. Good enough. Need a lift there just to stay in track limits. And towards the line, so here we go. Time to start the flyer. 162 miles an hour or so. Start this flying lap. Breaking about 220 there. Hopefully that's good enough. There, caught quite a bit in the second curve, but don't think it hurt us. Just a slight blend to get the thing turned in there. Really unfortunate that you need that. Should be able to make it just about using all the track. Second gear, nice and smooth. Turn in, direction change, a long curve again. We made it. Nothing crazy. Still need a lot of the exit though. And now one final run up to Ascari. Trying to fudge this up. You have to be absolutely millimeter perfect around here in this car. Will it stop? Will it turn? Just barely got stopped. Turning much more aggressively there. Big direction change, unstable. But we had to do it to make sure we didn't push out wide, got a lot of curve on the inside, but we made it. Final time, look for the 150 board. Not the 150 board, there isn't one, but between the 200 and the 100. And they're a little bit deep that time, that might help us actually get the thing turned in, power down. Pushing out, just about make it, fifth gear, up towards the line, time is a 46.88. Very impressive time. We'll see how it stacks up here at the Monza leaderboard. 46.88. That is faster by quite a bit, actually, than the F1 GTR. About 3.5 seconds, actually, in fact, which is wild. I gotta admit, I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it just based on the handling alone to kind of be lackluster, but obviously the thing is an absolute monster. In the corners, you don't necessarily feel it, but it's a weapon, and it's a weapon on the straights as well, I promise you that. So I'm just gonna jump out of here quick. We'll do a quick rundown of the laps so far, the order at least. I'm not gonna read every single lap time. The order at least that we have so far around Laguna and around Monza. So around Laguna coming in first, still the classic Lotus 98T at a 115.125, current leader on the chart. Second place, Audi R18 e-tron. Third place, Mazda 787B. Fourth place, Corvette C7R, still hanging in strong with all that aero and handling of a GT car. Fifth place, the McLaren P1. Sixth place, Lotus 72. Seventh place, McLaren F1 GTR. Eighth place, Lotus 49. Ninth place, Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, well down the field. 10th place, I almost said Silverstone, I don't know why. Corvette C7 Stingray, the base car. 11th place, I believe we're on now, Alpha 4C. 12th place, BMW M4. 13th place, BMW E92 M3. 14th place, Alpha 33 Stradale. 15th place, the E30 BMW M3. And 16th place, our first car, the Abarth 500 SS around Laguna. Turning our attention to Monza, still again at the top, the classic Lotus 98T. 136.207. That car was an absolute weapon around there. When the turbo spooled up, Ayrton Senna was absolutely bonkers. Second place at Monza, the Audi R18 e-tron. Third place, 787B from Mazda. Fourth place, that McLaren P1 you just saw. Fifth place last time out was the McLaren F1 GTR. Sixth place, Lotus 72. Seventh place, Corvette C7 Stingray, impressive. Eighth place, Lotus 49. Ninth place, Lamborghini Sesto Elemento, did a little bit better there. 10th place, Corvette C7 Stingray. 11th place BMW M4, 12th place Alpha 33 Stradale, 13th place E92 BMW M3, maybe a little bit surprising, 14th place Alpha 4C, 15th place BMW M3 E30, and 16th place again, well off the back, of course, is the Abarth 500 SS. So that's the rundown of what we've got so far. Still got some excellent cars coming up, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. If you enjoyed this one, though, today, the rather surprising McLaren P1, absolutely great car, but maybe not my style, maybe not quite my taste. But if you enjoy it, drop a like and a sub down below. Don't want to miss any of the action. I got the hiccups again. I always do when I have to talk for recording these. Every single time, I swear. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. If you enjoyed it, make sure you drop the like and the sub down below so you don't miss any of the action. Still recording a great amount of Assetto Corsa content, F122 content, iRacing content on occasion. We're getting down to the nitty gritty as far as the end of that OSR, pretty much. And yeah, so then after that, of course, I could post anything related to my Camaro or anything else. So thank you so much for stopping by. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. And until next time, bye.